And welcome to Hannity, and thank you for being with us. And tonight we begin with a devastating reality. America, the land we love, our homeland, it is not safe, it is not secure. Now, the terror threat is reaching levels we have not seen since the rise of ISIS post 9/11. The terror threat to our homeland is now reaching levels not seen since that point, and anti-American and anti-Semitic rage is now surging around the world and right here in our home. On American streets, radicals proudly cheering for the terrorist group Hamas, calling for the destruction of Israel by any means necessary. Others are ripping down posters of missing children taken hostage by Hamas. Some are vandalizing Jewish businesses with swastikas and other bigoted graffiti. And sadly, threats of violence, murder, rape against Jewish people is widespread right here in our country and worldwide. This is all happening after the worst terror attack in Israel's history. 1,400 Jews massacred in their own homes. Watch.
Outside Tel Aviv at the Rabbinical Shura military base, inside these containers there are hundreds of unidentified bodies, many mutilated and in fragments. Forensic experts, dentists and rabbis are working day and night to identify the victims of October 7th. The smell is completely overwhelming. I mean, completely overwhelming, even with this on. And it's refrigerated, but some of the bodies are just in pieces. It doesn't take much to be really badly affected by just looking at the horror of that.
Now, sadly, there are many radicals on the left in our country that don't seem to care about what you just saw. We're going to bring you the latest shocking examples, and there's a lot of them, of anti-Semitic rage. That's straight ahead tonight. But let's be very, very clear. The state of our union, the state of our country is not good. Here's FBI Director Chris Wray. Take a look. Listen to this.
The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level. Iranians, for instance, have directly or by hiring criminals mounted assassination attempts against dissidents and high-ranking current and former U.S. government officials, including right here on American soil.
Now, Mr. Wray, maybe, just maybe, your FBI, the Department of Justice, maybe it's time to stop wasting your resources investigating tiger moms and dads at school board meetings that want age-appropriate material taught to their kids as domestic terrorists. Maybe you can stop policing speech on social media about masks and vaccines. Maybe you can stop hunting down peaceful pro-life advocates. Maybe you can still finally get to the bottom of the lying and conspiracy theories and, frankly, law-breaking surrounding the Russia hoax and lie. Maybe you can stop the never-ending investigation into Donald Trump 24/7, 365. Maybe you can stop using your FBI agents to protect the Biden family enterprise. Maybe you can stop your agents from censoring what turned out to be very truthful information about Hunter Biden's laptop before the election. And why were your agents meeting weekly with big tech companies before the 2020 elections? Is that now the role of the FBI? Why didn't your FBI arrest every single person responsible for the 574 riots in the summer of 2020? Dozens dead, thousands of cops injured, billions in property damage, next to zero consequences. Mr. Wray, I want you to know something. I grew up in my household with a lot of law enforcement. We revered the two members of my family, my grandfather's brother's children, that were in the FBI. I grew up revering the FBI. How about you stop weaponizing, politicizing justice in America? How about you return the FBI to its once former greatness, which was the greatest law enforcement agency in the entire world? You can start by now protecting our homeland and getting out of politics forever. Start to focus on real threats to everyday Americans: terrorism, securing our borders, enforcing immigration law. According to a new poll, 80% of the American people are worried about the war in Gaza and how it will lead to terror attacks right here at home. So where are the FBI investigations into all of these pro-Hamas groups and individuals now flaunting their rabid anti-Semitism and hatred of America on our very streets, on college campuses? Not just domestic terrorism. There are now growing calls from around the world for an Islamic war, intifada against Americans. U.S. soldiers have been attacked dozens of times at bases in the Middle East. Look at that map right there. Take a look, a good look at that, including 6 strikes since Biden's pointless, airstrike against 2 empty warehouses in Syria. And now we have the Iran-backed Houthis, the rebels in Yemen. They have now engaged war against against Israel, declaring war against Israel and vowing to ramp up their attacks. We have other Iranian proxies in Lebanon and Iraq striking U.S. and Israeli positions all over the region. And meanwhile, China's aggression and hostility, that too has reached a boiling point. Russia is now a big red button away from destroying the world with nuclear weapons. And tonight, as we face what are real, serious, clear, and present dangers to our country, the United States of America, is no fortress. In fact, our doors are sadly wide open. Look for yourself.
Let me say, I need numbers. Again, don't filibuster me. How many people has this administration let into the country?
Let me say at the outset that our job would be a lot easier if the broken immigration system was
No,
fixed.
Mr. Secretary, I want a number. How many people have you let into this country?
I should also
Okay,
comment.
I'll give you the number. It's about 6 million. About 1.7 million as known gotaways. Now, again, we don't know who these people are. We just know that they've come to this country and they're residing somewhere.
How many times has Mayorkas or Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Circle Back Jen Psaki or Karine Jean-Pierre said, oh, the border is closed, the border is secure? They've lied to us. Mayorkas has lied to us. He wouldn't answer the question because the numbers are frankly horrifying. Yeah, 8 million is about right. Millions of illegal immigrants inside America, thanks to Joe Biden not fulfilling his oath and enforcing the laws of this country and the Constitution he swore to uphold. And we have no idea where they are, who they are, where they came from, and why they're here. And according to leaked federal data, there have been nearly 2 million known gotaways under Biden. And among those who were at least temporarily apprehended by Border Patrol, we know of thousands of special interest illegal immigrants from the Middle East have been stopped, including over 3,000 from Egypt, 659 from Iran, 538 from Syria. More than 22,000 illegal immigrants have been apprehended from China. And then they buy up our farmland, our ranch land, and land near military installation. Another 22,000 from Russia. I'm sure they're just here visiting because they like it here since, of course, Putin began his invasion. The Biden administration, they know it. They're lying about it. They continue to lie about it. They're still doing nothing to secure the border. It is now a clear and present danger to everybody watching this show. As we speak, there is now yet another massive caravan now traveling through Mexico towards Texas or Arizona, and they will walk right in. They won't have any vetting or background checks, and most will be provided, thanks to Joe Biden. They will be aided and abetted, given transportation anywhere in the continental U.S., compliments of you, the American people. This is also a perfect opportunity for known terrorists and violent criminals to slip in undetected while Border Patrol agents are tied up processing, the millions of people in these caravans ultimately over 3 years. Biden's national security coordinator can't seem to answer any questions about the dire risk that is posed by his wide-open border policies. Watch for yourself.
The FBI director said today, the ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level. Has the White House considered the possibility that a terrorist could be in the country right now after crossing the southern border?
Peter, we are always concerned about the potential presence on U.S. soil of terrorists coming from overseas. That's something we're always worried about.
Is it possible that somebody who wants to commit a terrorist attack during a time of elevated threat crossed the southern border into the United States already?
I couldn't possibly answer that question, Peter. All I can do is tell you that we have remained vigilant to that potential threat.
Oh, you could possibly answer it. You're an idiot if you think they haven't already crossed in. Joe Biden opened our border, refused to uphold the law of this country. He told the illegal immigrants to come, one, come all, and he incentivized their journey with free health care, food, shelter, phones, and transportation. He did nothing to force Mexico to stop the flow, and he immediately halted construction of our border wall, which, by the way, was working. And now he's trying to hire 87,000 new IRS agents, all while ignoring the incredible need for more Border Patrol agents as all of this chaos has ensued. The Biden administration, all they have done to all of you, the American people, is lie and lie and lie over and over and over and over again. Take a look.
Sounds to most folks like a crisis.
Well, look, it's way down now. We've now gotten control.
Precisely that. The border is closed.
Nor could I have been clearer and continue to be so, which is the border is closed.
The United States will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border.
The border, we are working to make the border more secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
We agree that the border is secure.
The border is not closed and the border is not secure. 3 years straight and running. It is still not secure. After 8 million illegal immigrants, well, frankly, the damage is done. It's too late. They can limit now the damage if they wanted to. What are the odds Islamic terrorists, extremists, criminals are already here plotting, planning, scheming, coordinating the next 9/11 or worse? All while Biden's FBI is worried about tiger moms and dads at school board meetings or fixated over Trump. Under Biden, we are sleepwalking into a dangerous new world. This administration, if any terror attacks are a result of their policies of open borders, they will have blood on their hands.